Hello and welcome back to day 2 of 30 days of You Are Unburdened video series. So I'm going to give you 30 videos in 30 days till you can begin unburdening your life and improving your health. Welcome back to day 2 of this video series. And today we're going to talk about something most weight loss programs never touch, that they never touch. The emotional weight you've been carrying, the kind that doesn't show up on the scale, but shows up everywhere else. And I'll preface that a lot of times it might show up on the scale, and it also might show up very stubbornly in the abdomen area. But we'll talk about that a little bit more. My name is Elmira Hinton. I am a health coach. I have been a registered nurse for over 40 years. I'm a certified hypnotist, and I am creator of the podcast Nurses Notes by Elmira, where you can find on Apple Podcasts, iHeart Radio, as well as Spotify. Because I'd love for you to listen to me while you're out doing your walks or doing your gardening or on your drives to get educated and get this information so that you don't necessarily have to sit in front of the computer. But I do appreciate you joining me on YouTube today. All right, let's get started. The emotional weight you've been carrying, the kind that doesn't show up on the scale, but shows up in many other places of your life, like your energy, decreased energy, your sleep, your motivation, your body, where is all this toxic energy is being stored. You can be doing everything right, eating clean, drinking water, moving your body. But if you're still holding on to that old pain, that trauma, even guilt, your body knows and it holds on to it. Okay. We suppress emotions instead of processing them. It can lead to chronic stress, inflammation, and even behaviors like binge eating or just checking out, removing yourself from the whole thing and just ignoring it. The body keeps score, okay? And let me share something with you about the body keeping score. Like I mentioned, I've been a nurse for a very long time. And one of the ideas behind being ergonomic is the fact that you may start out 1 year moving a patient or something like that just 2 or 3 times. But over the years, that stress, that improper movement, particularly when you're moving a patient, can add up. And then that 50th or that 100th time, you pull your back and you think, oh my goodness, I hurt my back moving that patient. No, you didn't. Your body accumulated all those improper moves over time. And then finally it gave way and showed up as an injury. All right. Just saying, this is the biological truth. The body keeps score. Okay. I'll share something with you too. Once I worked with a woman just a few months ago in late 2024 that hadn't cried in years. She was too busy doing things for everyone else. She prided herself on being strong, on being there for everyone else. But her weight, and particularly her blood pressure, and found out later on that she wasn't sleeping much more than 3 to 4 hours a night. And they were all screaming for release. This is always her body was screaming for release. Once we created together a space for her to release those emotions, her physical body began to change because that stress and that stress hormone, cortisol, wasn't there all the time, holding on that weight, keeping those blood vessels constricted, making her blood pressure go up. And she was able to relax at night and fall asleep. All right. How this really shows up for women over 40. This is especially true for women over 40 because we've accumulated so much. Many times we're working, we're taking care of families, maybe even taking care of elders if they're around, and you might be supporting your mom and dad, your aunt, your uncles, or something like that, or maybe even cousins. Women like us who've been the backbone of our families, our jobs, our offices, and our communities is a lot of times is where this is showing up. We've been taught, we've been told, we've been fooled into believing that being strong is the way to be, to stay silent about any exhaustion or pain or even your needs, to just settle down and relax, to put everyone else first. Essentially, we're serving from an empty cup. Think about it. But all that, holding it together, not releasing any of those emotions, not taking time for rest, recuperation, and refilling of ourselves, it really adds up. Here are some ways emotional baggage might be showing up in your health. Consistent exhaustion. Even when you had a good night's sleep, you wake up tired, you wake up groggy, not really feeling very refreshed after a night's sleep. You might even have cravings that hit after emotional stress. And that emotional stress could be a happy stress. Oh yeah, I finished all these projects. Oh yeah, we pulled it all together. Or it could be emotional stress, or someone is ill, someone may have transitioned, someone may be ill themselves and need you. And that all of a sudden you hear about that information or you receive that information and a big craving hits. Oh my goodness, I need some potato chips. Oh my goodness, I need some ice cream. Oh my goodness, I really have a craving for a donut after that type of emotional information or stress hits your body. You may even show up as weight gain, particularly around the middle section. Say hello to the hormone cortisol for that type of energy. It just piles on and piles on in that midsection and it protrudes saying, help me. Might even notice mood swings. One minute, you're happy. One minute you're sad. One minute you're feeling extremely frustrated. You might even notice some brain fog, just not remembering things at all and not being able to put things together properly like you used to. Maybe even some irritability. Some of the smallest things just set you off where you get very angry or stressed or just that irritated. I don't want to be bothered with this. Irritability can show up as emotional baggage. Think about it. These aren't just bad habits. They are signals. Wouldn't even call them habits, but there might be just not emotional releases that you need. These are signals, okay? They're warnings from your body, from your subconscious to take it. You need to take it easy. You need to exhale. You need to let me heal is what your body is calling for. How to start releasing it? So how do we begin to release this emotional weight, this emotional baggage? First step is awareness. Just acknowledge, oh my goodness, I'm not sleeping that well. Oh my goodness, I seem to fly off the handle at the least little bit of thing. Oh my goodness, I just can't put stuff together, that brain fog like I used to. Ask yourself, what am I avoiding feeling? All right. Take the time to notice that. You ask that question, but you may not have the answer immediately. You might have to sit for a little bit with it to allow that to bubble up, to see what those feelings, what those emotions might show up as. Step 2, name it. After you've identified it and you've let it come up, then name it. Stop saying, I'm fine. Stop saying, I'm okay. Try, yeah, I'm a little frustrated today, or I'm disappointed, or I'm feeling anxious, or I'm grieving right now. Name it. Once you've identified it, then name it. That's step 2. And then that will allow it to move. Step 3, express it safely. Try journaling it. I even say, since we're all walking around with these smartphones and many of them have apps that do voice recordings, maybe you talk about it out loud to yourself. Go someplace private, turn on that recording and go through those steps. Ask yourself, what am I avoiding? Sit with it for a little bit. Name all those feelings that are coming up for you. Express it safely through this voice journaling, or get your pen and paper out and journal it then. Maybe you need to cry. Maybe you just need to take a deep breath and breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, some deliberate breathing, stomach breathing, taking it in and then releasing it. Maybe you need to get a pillow and scream. Maybe your frustration is just that high that you need to just get a pillow and scream into it just to release that emotion. Maybe you need to do some hypnosis or meditation sessions, and that's something I offer also. Let's stop for a minute. Hypnosis, I don't use scripts, and you may have seen a video about that. If not, there's one around here somewhere. But we take the opportunity to talk to you. I connect with you where you're at, and no script is going to do that. I see where you're at, and we target in on those, and I target in on those unconscious feelings that you're not expressing, but I see and hear from your voice. Okay. Maybe you need to learn how to meditate. And that's something I offer also, a meditation session where you can just learn to go inward and find out how to release those pent up emotions, that pent up stress that you need to release so you can get on with your healthy journey, with unburdening yourself with those stressors that'll come up in your life. Now, just to stop right here, if this particular video resonated with you and you know someone else that this might help, send it to them. Send them a link. Go to the podcast, share that with them. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That helps me out tremendously. And leave a comment so that I know that you're listening and that you hear me, or ask a question. You can also go to my website, www.thernhelpcoach.com, and hit that book a session time. Just do a quick little 15-minute session so you can see if I might be able to support you in unburdening yourself with all these stressors that are keeping you in an unhealthy mode. All right. Just wanted to say that quick. So, emotion is energy in motion, and it can heal you if you don't let it move. Okay. If you don't let it move, it can't heal you. So, your journaling prompt for today: what emotion do I most often suppress? Now, either verbally journal it or get your pen and paper and write it down. What emotion do I often suppress? How is it affecting my health? Sit with that for a bit. Let it teach you something. Don't rush the answer. Let it come to you. And then let it flow, either pen to paper or verbally in your voice memo app. Because when you release the emotion, you can release the weight. You can give your body permission to heal. All right. If you haven't downloaded the companion guide that goes along with this 30-day series yet, look around here somewhere with the video, or if you listen to this on the podcast, there's an opportunity to download a companion guide. So check the link in the description. That might help you in resolving some of these issues in journaling. And if this stirred something in you, comment below. I'd love to hear from you. All right. Now, tomorrow's day 3, and we're going to talk about cortisol, that stress hormone. All right. We're going to talk about cortisol and how chronic stress hijacks your health, even when you're doing everything right. All right. You are beautiful. You are unburdening. See you tomorrow. Don't forget to like and subscribe. My name is Elmira Hinton. I am the RN Health Coach, here to support you through this sturdy 30-day unburdening journey. And I can't wait to talk to you soon. See you at tomorrow's video. Bye-bye.